Now it's 12 o'clock and south is definitely behind me, and I've placed the rope straight north and another rope east to west. First of all, the easiest way to see if the drone is north is to put the drone in the center. And yes, the drone pointing north, and I'm standing straight in front of it. And I've checked the compass doesn't need calibration, but I see that the controller icon does not point directly on the drone. It may be, of course, because I haven't lifted it off yet and I'm sort of close. So going back here again, the controller should point straight south. It doesn't. Let's take off and start the measurements. Okay, yeah, online. And as you see, I'm pointing the controller directly onto the drone. Sometimes it's green, sometimes not, but at least it does not point the correct way. What if I move the controller actually thinks that this is to the south. And that's halfway to the east, almost halfway to the east. So the sensor inside does not work well with the compass, but the compass is correct anyway. Let's see what I will do then. I'll just mark myself and I'll do the spotlight. I think that's a good way. Yeah, and once again, since the drone compass seems to be more accurate, so it's I need to have it slightly more. Let's see what direction. Yeah, that corresponds with what I see. And still, if I turn the controller to the right, there, just slightly past, nothing here, nothing here. But at least it shows right. So going back to the controller should show directly west. It does not. So let's go to the south. Yeah, I'm going back to the drone in the center again because it's so much easier to see. Yeah, it corresponds with the rope. And it definitely points the correct direction, the drone, that is. And you see the home point is over where I took off, so it's definitely not in the center. If I look here, it should point directly north. As you see, it does not. Currently it's green. If I move it a bit more to the right, no. Yeah, a bit, yeah, actually, here it is a bit to the left this time. So it's just, yeah, it's like gambling. You never know what you get, really. Let's do the west, pointing west. Okay, put the drone in the center again because it's so much easier. A little bit more. Yeah, it's perfectly in line. And then look here. Okay, it's green now. I'm pointing directly onto the drone. And it's this time it's actually pointing east. So now it shows correct. And let's see if I just turn around, point south. No, not correct. Turn around again, point west. No, not correct. Turn around, point north. No, not correct. Turn around again. It's okay, pointing east, then it's correct. Very interesting. Then I'll do the Mini 4 Pro, same test. Okay, I do the same as with the Air 3. No message that the compass calibration was required. Looking at the drone, it's not pointing directly north, even though it's definitely north. If I change to the controller, if I turn this way, it thinks it's south. So this is a controller compass not being 100% correct. But anyway, it may be because it's so close and I haven't taken off yet. Let's just take off. Okay, putting the drone in the center. Okay, now it's in line with north-south, but the compass isn't quite correct. But anyway, it's controller icon actually is green, pointing directly at the drone. And it seems like the drone now is pointing, looking like this, like the drone is pointing correct to the north. But I'm pointing directly to the drone now. Or, yeah, no, I have to have it slightly to the right. Yeah. But still, the drone is pointing north as when I took off, so that one has corrected. But the controller icon is not pointing correct. So if I move the controller icon, there it thinks the drone is. But anyway, it's green quite far. So it actually starts quite early, even though it's not correct. So yeah, both the controller compass and the controller icon is not being correct. Let's do the same thing as I did with the Air 3. I'll do this one, spotlight, and as before, I think it's easier like this. Okay, the drone is now straight in front of me and aligned, a little bit more to the right. Yeah, and it's yeah, and that is definitely showing that the drone is pointing east, which is correct. And the controller icon is almost correct. If I turn like this, here the green starts, and here the green ends. So it's quite generous in direction. So let's continue going facing south. Let's do the same thing as before. It's yeah. I think I take it a little bit to the right. Sorry, a little bit to the left. Too much. Now it's aligned and it's pointing to the south. And the controller should point north, but it's consistent at least. It doesn't point north, but it's a bit off. So if I turn the controller to the left, there, no green, there green, and there it's stopped. Okay, it should be exciting to see if it's more correct when I fly to pointing west like the Air 3S. So let's continue. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, pointing, the drone pointing to the west. And actually now, same thing, controller is spot on, pointing east. That is interesting. If I turn it to the right, oh, it's almost halfway to the south. What about if I turn the other way? Yeah, almost halfway to the north. So for some reason, when the drone is pointing west, the controller icon seems to be more accurate. It's very strange. Okay, finish.